I just want to remind people to be alert that you have come here to know something about climate change. You shouldn't think that the climate change is for the big people going to big countries and all the president meeting. The climate change is with us, so let us look at it. So I'm going to talk on the role of the forest on climate change, and then how climate change impacts our coastal zone. So I'm called Ayuk Elizabeth. I'm a PhD student. I'm doing environmental monitoring at the University of Buea. Please give me a yes. So we'll look at the definition, and you can have this. So by the end of the day, you have many definitions and you'll be able to coin yours and tell your people. So actually, climate is the atmospheric condition. That is the temperature, the moisture, radiation or sun intensity of the environment. So the climate is the temperature around us, the moisture around us, and the sun intensity around us. So when we say climate change, we mean that this temperature, this moisture, this sun intensity is actually changing. And if it is changing, what is it doing? It's affecting carbon storage through inputs, that is photosynthesis. Carbon is a particular element that we eat respiration and by decomposition. So actually, when this carbon is being changed by us and by nature, that is what brings about climate change. So what causes this climate change? What causes temperature to change? What causes moisture to change? What causes sun intensity to change? It is caused by atmospheric greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide and methane. That we have said. So these trees and forests, they help to take away this carbon dioxide that has been produced, and they store it. They store it in the body. They store it as food. So they remove the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This process is known as carbon sequestration. They remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is called photosynthesis. And that is a source for storing carbon. We call it carbon source. Now, respiration, on the other hand, is a source of carbon. Because all of us who are eating, the food we are eating, we are using it, we are taking oxygen, that's what we are breathing, and we are breaking that food we are eating to release carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This can be achieved. Now, we will say that we have not said people should not cut forest. We are not preventing people from cutting forest. And then we are in the tropics. In the tropics there is rainfall. And when we plant trees, it will not take long, they will grow. If we go to the Ministry of Forestry, they can tell us the type of plants that we can, the type of trees we can plant to produce us fast firewood so that we can be using in cooking. So instead of abandoning farms and going to the forest, let us start planting trees that can give us wood that we can burn easily. And then also in the tropics, we have realized that it takes very high carbon. That's why the British have come to tell us not to cut our trees. Because all the ones that are producing in that country, it is being absorbed in our forest. It helps us too because they are rich, they are making the fast food, they have hormonal food. We don't have, we must go to the farm. So if they come, it's for their advantage. If they come, it's for our advantage. So let us be able to know that our forest can receive about 15 tons of carbon per hectare per year. Let us know that. Okay, now back. So now that's the natural forest, and this is what is called deforestation. Now, why are we encouraging deforestation? Because deforestation and wind and rainfall are carrying it to the rivers and to the sea. See how the mud is high. Very soon all of it will be muddy and the water will dry off and it turn land instead of turning being sea or being river. These are estuaries. Okay, now what is another problem that the climate change is causing from escaping is important for the carbon balance and important in conserving the environment. So we should stop trapping all the carbon dioxide. If we cut forest, let us cut it in a way that we are not destroying it. You cut it, you plant. You cut it, you plant. You wait until it grows before you plant again. Now, all of you are reporters. This is very essential for you because this is actually what you are going to report on. Somebody asked the definition of climate change. Now, you are living in climate change. Follow me to listen to these questions. Are you feel the wind that throws the plantains and the roofs? See the dust that coats the leaves and reduces food and oxygen production. If dust, they go and coat those leaves, would those leaves be able to trap sun and produce us food? Would they produce us carbon oxygen? Let us be careful. See the smallness of leaves and reduce. Now, leaves are now being narrowed by plants. Why? Because the rate of evaporation is high. So they are making adaptation to reduce the amount of water they are sending out. So because of that reason, what happened? See the smallness of fruits. Fruits are small. So are you feeling the climate change near you? Don't think of Copenhagen and Obama and Paul. So notice the reduction in streams and rivers and disappearance of water catchments. Kumbawata is an example. Maybe after this seminar, we'll just move there and see how it has been reduced. And then maybe we'll tell those who are reporting Kumba, can you tell the mayor to be able to plant some trees around there, just for aesthetic purposes? It will help it, please, better do. Our water catchments were completed. Come to Buea, where I live. Now, water is not sufficient. They ration water. They give water here in the day, in the night they don't give this way, in the morning they give this other way. Please, what is happening? What is happening to us? Have you noticed the increase in diseases such as itches? I have some few itches in my body. Those are compacted in me. Have you noticed malaria in do? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed Cam logo in the villages? Have you noticed it? That is climate change near you. Notice this. You are living with climate change. You are a part of climate change. Paul Buea can go down and for Cam logo. What will happen to us? So we are living with climate change. You don't expect the government to come and plant trees for you. The government is not staying in your village. Who is the government? Are you not part of the government? We probably leave the other place to come and stay there. If you wait for the government, you die of climate change. Our parents are suffering. Have you noticed the sun intensity and the heavy rains? Have you noticed that? The much runoff. When rain falls, you see how water is going very fast. And the tree. Please, let people do fish farming. Let people do snail farming. Let people keep cane rice. It's easy to do. Let people keep.
Thank you, my big thanks. For plastic papers, as we said, which do you prefer? Either to dip a deep hole, bury them inside, or to burn it?
So what we can do in our own end is that we should separate organic matter from those substances. What I mean by organic matter is like the dead from food material. That one can decay. So if you separate it, if you go to the market, you put your things in plastic bag, you come to the house, you remove it, remove the food, and then put the plastic bag maybe in a container, which you can maybe, like he is talking about, a place in your own. Maybe you can come nearer. But if it does not come nearer, you can invent. Somebody has asked the place that you are going to invent. So for now, you can be packing it together. Now some people get so reluctant when you go to the market and then buy something like fresh fish that you wet the paper. You know that if you wet the paper, you open it and dry it. I'm very conscious about it.
You spread that down. And then as you don't get. Why? I mean, it's a very simple process.
So the two are equally dangerous. But for now, if our environment is maintained by deforestation being reduced, afforestation and deforestation being promoted, we see that every event that is very significant for the plant, the carbon dioxide, the atmosphere can neutralize that one.